Kohut's Corner. I'm Mr. Kohut, principal of Swampscott High School. Happy New Year. Let's take a few minutes to review our Big Blue Bs. Be mad, that's masked and distanced. Be patient. Be where your feet are. Be where you're supposed to be. Be kind. Be a bowler, not a dice roller. This Kohut's Corner celebrates some of our tremendously talented student artists. Please welcome our first guest, junior Jada Mensah, to Kohut's Corner.
Hi.
Hi, Jada. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to Kohut's Corner.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
So congratulations on receiving the BOW seat, right? Ocean Awareness Program Award.
Yeah.
For your piece, Earth Collapse.
Yes.
We're going to make sure the audience can see this. Could you tell us a little bit about the piece?
Okay, so the whole point of the contest was just to spread awareness about climate change. So that's basically what I was trying to illustrate. But in my reflection about it, just explaining about it, I went kind of deeper just to explain what each piece or little like drawing in the illustration that I made represents. So obviously you have the factories on top emitting greenhouse gases, cities, and then our homes, and then ice glaciers falling off. And then you can see that the water that's her hair,
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of dark and it's a little dirty, and then just clouds of toxins and just greenhouse gases just surrounding. I didn't want the piece just to be super gloomy, so I tried to put in the middle just to incorporate something that's more happy, just trying to show people that it doesn't have to be like this. Like, we don't have to keep going down this path of just destruction. Like, we can have a brighter and just greener future. So yeah, I just explain how it affects us. It causes floods, storms, and then it could affect our health too. So it affects us like directly. And if we don't change, then it's going to be more noticeable and harder to prevent and take back.
Sure. How long did it take to create it?
Oh, many hours. Just thinking.
It's never really done, right? You probably still look at it and think, oh,
yeah,
I could do this.
Like there's always something that you could just add to your work. It's the one annoying thing about being an artist, just creating things that could just be better. Yeah. But I mean, the most important thing is the message. But yeah, it just trying to map out like just the idea, and then putting it down and executing it, and then just like fixing little things. Yeah, it definitely took a couple hours, multiple days, especially when I have other things going on in my life.
Sure. What inspires you to create?
Oh, a lot of things. Like, it's just sometimes I might not have the ability just to kind of just fully express myself, or maybe I want to express myself in ways that I can't do physically.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe what's going up in my head, I just want to get it down on the paper. But actually lately it really affects what's going on in my head, can really affect what I put out. Like now, if you haven't heard of, there's like writer's block and artist block.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and how like you don't feel creative at all. And it's right now I'm going through that. It's just a long period of time, and it does like affect my mental state.
Mm. So I assume you've taken some art classes here at SHS. What are some of the classes that you've taken?
Yeah, so freshman year I took Studio Art 1, so like just a normal basic class.
Okay.
And then now I'm just taking Studio Art 2, but before, when I lived in Cambridge, like just for fun during summer, I would just try to do like different programs. And I used to do, I used to work with clay and just like build sculptures and pottery. And then now I'm in a group um, in Lynn. It's an art program, and we're just, testing out different materials and just creating works that are really important to us. And just having that group of people that it's like our own little family, and it's really nice to have. So yeah, I'm definitely, doing things outside of school, which is helping.
That's great. Jada, before we let you go, because I know you have some studying to do you have any advice for aspiring artists out there, or kids who maybe are a little bit younger who are interested in art?
Yes. I would just say go for it. There's really no, you really won't lose anything. Like, especially when you're young, it's really good to start young because you just have like the rest of your life to just work at it. And maybe if you just start drawing or painting or just sculpting when you're like 10 or 9, just taking classes, you'll definitely see a growth when you're my age or sometime in high school. And maybe you can make a business out of it. You can really, you know, you can really do like great things with, the amount of growth that you built over the years. Um, and it would probably help you determine what you want to do when you actually, you know, graduate high school and you already know what you're good at. And it would definitely help you, make maybe like have your own business, as I said before. But I mean, other than that, like if it's just something that you like to do as a hobby, it's definitely good to explore since it does help you mentally.
Jada, thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Kohut's Corner.
hmm Definitely. It was nice being here. My first time.
We'll have you back, I promise.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jada.
All right. Thanks.
Swampscott High School is lucky enough to have 3 teachers well-versed in meteorology and also a junior well-versed in meteorology, Mr. Mike Ferragamo. So 3 teachers, our math teacher, Dr. Ratley, and science teachers, Mr. Mackay and Mr. Casey, have a background in meteorology. And also Mr. Casey teaches weather and climate here at SHS. Everyone, welcome back to Kohut's Corner. Because of the pandemic last year, the school closure, we never had a chance to review the predictions that we made last year in a prior episode of Kohut's Corner that was put together and shot right before the pandemic, perhaps in January. So I think we should take a trip back to last winter and review our predictions for the 2020 winter and just to see how we stack up. So producer Mr. Bonner, can you take a look at what our predictions were and also how they lined up with the actual amount of snowfall?
Thank you, Mr. Kohut. Hello, I'm the producer. I'm going to be reading off who predicted what in last year's weather predictions. Mr. Kohut predicted 45 inches. Mr. Mackay predicted 40 inches. Mr. Casey predicted 54 inches. Dr. Ratley predicted 63 inches. Mr. Ferragamo predicted 60 inches. And the actual snowfall for last year's winter season was... It's breaking. 31.9 inches. Mr. Mackay, you win! Congratulations. You well deserved. You won. Congratulations.
Well done, Mr. Mackay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Full transparency, I have to be honest in that my reasoning, I relied on the Old Farmer's Almanac and also the jersey number of my favorite Red Sox player, Pedro Martinez, to arrive at the 45 inches. So not a very scientific method. All right, so why don't we, I think we should make some predictions now. We've obviously already had one snowstorm, which I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we already have more snow this winter at this point than we did the entire winter last year. So my prediction for this year, I looked at the Old Farmer's Almanac again, and according to that text, we're going to have a snowier than normal winter. So I looked at our average in Swampscott is 42 inches. I said 45 last year, but I explained why. So I'm going to bump it up slightly, and I'm going to say we're going to have 50 inches this year. Things are going to get busy very soon in the snowmaking department. And I'm basing that again on the Old Farmer's Almanac and also on my predictions last year. Mr. Mackay, what say you?
Well, at this point, we're already at 17 so far for the year. So I'm thinking it will be a little snowier than normal. So I'm going to take mine up to about 48.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go a lot up because it does kind of depend on the temperature. Like last year, we could have had more if we had more snow, less rain, but wasn't the case. So I'm thinking it will be a bit stronger. We got something coming in about 2 weeks. We'll see if that pans out or not.
Okay.
So it should be interesting how it turns out, but I like about 48 this year.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mackay. Mr. Casey?
I don't know. I'm gonna be a little conservative this year. I think last year we got excited and ended up late in the season. That Arctic air, that polar air, got locked up around the poles, which had a nice benefit of the polar ice caps grew a lot more last winter than they have in a long time. But this year I'm gonna be kind of conservative. I don't think we're gonna get a ton of that polar air coming down. I'm gonna go with 42 inches. I think we're gonna have a kind of mild run out for the rest of the season.
Okay. Mr. Ferragamo?
Yes, I am going to lower my prediction quite a bit from last year. I'm going to put it right around 37, 38 inches because I think this year is going to be another one of those mismatch years where you're going to have one ingredient, but you're not going to have the other. You're going to have the perfect jet stream, the perfect cold air in place, but you're going to miss the low pressure system to deliver the snow. And so I think that's going to be a theme for this year. So I'm going to hover right around 30, maybe like upper 30s, 36, 37 inches, because I don't see that polar air this year. I think it's just going to peter out as March and April come around. So thinking a little less this year.
Thanks, everyone. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a scheduling conflict and we were unable to get Dr. Ratley on here, but we'll make sure that we have him weigh in as well for his predictions.
Yeah, hi, me again. Like we just said, we could not get Dr. Ratley on this episode of Kohut's Corner. So just pretend that I'm him as I give you his prediction. Doctor? Yeah, last year I was way over what the actual number was. So I think my prediction this year is going to be about 41 inches. It seems a lot more reasonable, and I'm liking my odds. Okay, this is Aiden again. As for my predictions on the whole situation, I think another ice age is going to be coming around sooner or later. So I think we're going to get, give or take, 1,000 inches, 10,000 inches of snow. Fingers crossed. Back to you, Mr. Kohut.
And we will revisit this topic in the spring, probably in like April or so, and see kind of where everything, how it fell, so to speak. Fell, get it? Snowfall? No.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm getting better.
That was good. That was good.
It was a groaner, but it works.
Sorry, say that again.
It was a groaner of a joke, but it works.
I am a dad. All right. Dads, you know how dads are with jokes. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me today in this episode of Kohut's Corner. And like I said, we will revisit in the spring. Congratulations to our students who have been accepted into the 2021 Senior District Band and Chorus. Welcome to Kohut's Corner.
I'm Audrey. I'm a senior, and I'm an alto, specifically an alto 2 in the Swampscott High School Chorus. I've also done North Shore Voices for the last 4 years, and I was also an alto 2 in that. I do theater with the Swampscott Drama Club, have done that for 4 years. And that's pretty much it for high schools.
I'm Maura. I'm a junior. I'm also an alto in chorus. I'm also involved in theater and the musicals, and I play clarinet in marching band as well.
My name's Eve. I'm a soprano too in chorus. I have done theater with Swampscott Drama Club in middle school and high school every year.
Hi, I'm Krista. I'm a senior. I am a chorus member. I sing soprano too, and I'm also involved in North Shore Voices and Drama Club.
Hi guys, I'm Maddie. I'm also a senior, and I'm an alto, and I just got involved with North Shore Voices as well.
I'm Elsa. I'm a senior. I am a soprano in chorus, and I play flute and band, and I do North Shore Voices in theater.
Hi, I'm Audrey. I'm a senior. I sing soprano, and I'm also involved with North Shore Voices theater, and I also do work as a cantor in my free time.
Welcome.
Is anyone
Is that
else?
everyone? I think so. We were also had a few musicians who were going to join us, but I don't think they have. So I just want to identify them. So for tenor saxophone, Nick Parsons, and bass, Joshua Shiloh. So just for the folks at home watching this, and for myself as well, can you tell us a little bit about what Senior District Band and Chorus is? If anyone wants to jump in and answer that question.
Sure. So Senior District Band and Chorus is basically a group of about, I believe, 200 kids from around our district in Massachusetts, and a large number of students audition. I'd say about like 1,000 maybe. And so, yeah, we all get together, and for a week, basically, a couple days, we practice a bunch of songs together and then have a concert on the weekend of that week.
That's great. So when you competed for this, you said 1,000 kids competed for it, 200, I think you said, were selected. What did that look like? Was it done virtually? Was it done in person? Was it like staggered? How did that happen?
So this year it was virtual, so we actually had to send in videos for our audition. It was a little bit different. Like usually we have to do sight singing, and the process is just a little different. But this year we just had to learn a piece and take a video and send it in to the judges. And then they used a score sheet to score us on different things like posture, breath control, like diction, all different things like that. And then basically the highest scores are accepted.
Okay, interesting. So what are some of the music classes that you've taken here at Swampscott High School? What are some of these classes that we offer?
Mostly chorus, and next year I want to take AP Music Theory. I'll bet a lot of people here take it or want to take it. And there's a lot of music classes here. There's stuff with band, there's stuff with like learning to play instruments like piano. I'm really glad that this school has like a really good music program, because a lot of schools don't.
Sure.
So I think our school is pretty lucky.
Yeah, we offer a large selection of classes, I'd say. We have, of course, like, I think we just introduced the composition on GarageBand class, which is really cool. We have history of rock, guitar, piano, AP Music Theory, chorus, band. And then on top of that, we also offer a lot of extracurriculars. Like we do have the musical when we do theater. We have North Shore Voices and jazz band. So, yeah.
I also understand that 5 students received scores that earn them a place at all state auditions. So congratulations on that. And congratulations again to all of you. We're super proud of your hard work and your accomplishments. And thank you for joining us on Kohut's Corner. And that wraps up another episode of Kohut's Corner. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in February.